In a serene garden built by man for animal welfare, a visitor might lock eyes with a creature that seemingly conveys a multitude of emotions. Such encounters stir curiosity and affection, harmless in ordinary circumstances. However, there are moments where divine interventions command the senses, as tales from long ago reveal. One such story involved the companions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who witnessed pebbles glorifying God in his palm, or a tree stump weeping when separated from him. More remarkably, a camel once lodged a complaint against its owner to the Prophet, and during the time of Solomon, a hoopoe bird confided in him while an ant alerted its colony of the approaching army to avoid destruction. In the time of the Prophet Muhammad, a shepherd witnessed an extraordinary event. As he grazed his sheep, a wolf snatched one away. The shepherd chased and retrieved the sheep, cornering the wolf. To his astonishment, the wolf spoke, questioning who would protect the sheep on the day when beasts have their way, referring to future chaos when people neglect their livestock in favor of self-preservation. The companions of the prophet were initially taken aback by the story, but not in disbelief, for to them, their prophet's word was truth, indubitable and inspired by the Almighty, whose omnipotence transcends imagination. Likewise, another tale followed, about a man traveling with his cow. When he mounted it as a steed, the cow spoke out, retorting it was meant for plowing, not riding. Again, amazement swept through the listeners at such accounts, but belief in the prophet's narrations held firm. These tales served as reminders of humility, with the prophet emphasizing the dangers of vanity and self-importance. During one such teaching, a father advised his son against pride after the son touted his own intelligence and his father's esteemed profession. True value, the father explained, lay not in worldly comparisons, but in gratitude and humility. The lessons of humility were illustrated through vivid parables told by the prophet. A boastful man, clad in elegant attire, met his downfall as he paraded arrogantly, only to be eternally trapped within the earth as punishment for his pride. The prophet also recounted the tale of two Israelites, one devout, one sinful. The devout thought himself righteous enough to judge the other's soul, claiming God would never forgive him, only to find divine mercy extended where human judgment failed. Another encounter relayed through the prophet depicted a man boasting of noble ancestry only to be cast alongside them into doom, whilst a humble claimant of faith secured his place in paradise, affirming the true nobility in one's piety and deeds. Thus, the narratives shared by the prophet and reflected in these stories draw a profound lesson, that the essence of greatness lies in virtue, and salvation rests in humility and righteousness, transcending earthly ties and claims of superiority.